immunoassay optimization was made for ochratoxin A. Ochratoxin A, one of the oldest mycotoxin, which was developed. Fluorescence immunoassay was developed for ochratoxin A many years ago. Again, we choose different tracer and optimized condition and found one of the more optimal standard curve to detect ochratoxin. This is a detection limit for ochratoxin around 2 nanogram milliliter. Specificity very high, but for ochratoxin A, I don't know, but up to now we could detect only the same specificity for ochratoxin A and ochratoxin B. No differentiation by immunoassay. So generally analytical parameter for fluorescence polarization immunoassay, which were developed in our laboratory using different combination, different antibody and different tracer, different label. Limit of detection, quite good limit of detection, quite good range, which cover common concentration range, and as compared maximum limit for this mycotoxin. This was developed in pure solution, in simple like a water buffer, and for real analyte, of course, we must solve sample pretreatment problem. And to solve this problem, we try to develop special, simple technique, which special, not like for chromatography technique, not like for ELISA. We try to develop special technique which could be useful to detect simply different mycotoxin in one sample. So generally, we found this condition. We take small quantity in our laboratory in university, maybe not so correct from sampling point of view, but we take 3 grams of corn, add eluent, extract, and only take supercatan and directly analyze. So very simple sample pretreatment. And after that, from my point of view, it's possible to detect for multi-detection. We don't need to detect simultaneously several. We could detect as many as we need. One analyte if you need, one analyte, 2, 3, or up to you what you need. For example, in our laboratory now we optimize condition to take one sample and to detect for mycotoxin, distribute this sample in duplicate in 8 different tubes. That's all. After that, automatically add different tracer, different antibody, mix and measure. Total time for say several seconds. It depends how you will dispense your reagent or how your automatization this process. So, and here summarize parameter for fluorescence polarization immunoassay of mycotoxin in corn sample. Limit of detection quite good. We could reach lower limit of detection for zearalenone and DOT. For aflatoxin and ochratoxin, it's near the same like maximum permit limit, but near, it depends, you know. This limit would be changed. For example, for aflatoxin would be decreasing. At this moment, we could detect like this level. And we afterward, of course, make some kind of validation for our method. We prepare several spike sample and put real form sample, and recovery for this test would be around 90%. It's quite good. And we compare, we have several real samples which were analyzed by ELISA technique and by liquid chromatography technique. Lead sample and right sample. Generally, it's quite good correlated. If it's not detectable, not detectable. No false positive, some maybe false results we could obtain, but it's not clear at this moment what the results correct. Fluorescence polarization immunoassay or ELISA technique. Because you know any kind of immunoassay could overestimate quantity of analyte. So generally, it's briefly our results for multi-detection. Generally, our suggestion to, if possible, to detect several mycotoxin, as many as you need for practical. And from my point of view, fluorescence polarization one of more perspective technique for multi-detection. At the end, I would like thanks for organized committee and thanks for our support for research, and mainly thanks for our staff in laboratory who make this research. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I see waving hand over there. Right. Is there a microphone?
Mycotoxins are haptens, not antigens. Why do you say that polyclonal antibody may allow obtaining more sensitive analysis than monoclonal? Is it right?
Yes, that's right. In my practice, for many small molecules, quite often, monoclonal antibody not so good like polyclonal antibody. At this time, it's possible, immune system possible to obtain high quality polyclonal antibody which could give more sensitive analysis for small molecules. It's quite often for, it's a lot of example for drug, everything drug, for hormone, for pesticide, for mycotoxin, it's real results.
No, I don't know as immunochemist why the affinity monoclonal antibody may be very high. I mean, 10 in the power 10 or 12, but why? A monoclonal antibody is more specific. Polyclonal, the same have the same affinity. If we use antigen, not hapten, it's okay. But if we use hapten, unbelievable.
Okay, we could talk a lot. We talked with you many years, and we could continue to talk many years more. Generally, not only monoclonal antibody. If you like, you could obtain monoclonal antibody. For example, 2,4-D. Quite useful pesticide, best antibody at this time is monoclonal antibody, which is made by Milan Frada. But if you detect any kind of analysis, quite often polyclonal antibody could give a more sensitive analysis compared with use monoclonal antibody. Okay.
I have to agree with that as well. We see that as well. For a longer anti-sera, they perform better than our monoclonals. Because in that polyclonal serum, there are still different antibodies which react with that small antigen on different sizes, on different sites of that molecule.
If we use hapten, we cannot organize some complex at one. If we use polyclonal antibody, this polyclonal antibody will have a different affinity from low to high. Monoclonal antibody each time
if you are
some level of affinity.
You select the high affinity one.
I don't know this effect. I am immunochemist, but according to the theory of immunological theory, it is unbelievable.
My suggestion, let's go to lunch and be sitting together and continue and discuss about monoclonal
I completely agree with Sergei because let's continue our discussion.